After this weekend's stinker that was Romero versus Ismael Barros, and a bout that looked rigged entirely, it leaves many fans wondering how Romero won the title off of this BS. In this video, I'll explain how Romero won a title off of this, how this happens in boxing, and why it happens so often. This weekend, Romero and Ismael Barros fought in a quite boring fight where Romero won in the 9th round when referee Tony Weeks stepped in and stopped the fight. There are two problems here with the fight itself. One, Romero was getting outboxed by a 40-year-old who he had no business being in the ring with. And number two, the stoppage was very premature. I mean, let's take a look at the final moments of the fight. These are the stats. So it doesn't really make any sense for Tony Weeks to jump in and stop the fight at that moment. And when you take into account that this is the same referee that let Badu Jack continue to fight with his forehead split wide open, then it really doesn't make any sense. But the reasoning behind it is the politics in boxing, which I'll get into a little bit later on in the video. But this is pretty much what happened. Al Heyman and PBC have a plan all set up, and that plan was about to get ruined by Romero losing to Barroso. Weeks knows this and steps in and stops the fight early, knowing that he'll likely get something in return for this down the line, completely robbing a man out of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and adding another corrupt moment in the memory of us boxing fans. Most of you know and remember Romero from getting knocked out by Gervonta Davis in the 6th round in his last fight, so that begs the question of how did Romero even get a title shot? Well, in boxing, we have politics. The politics in boxing can help fighters win fights, help fighters move up in rankings, but it's not only for fighters, as promoters are the ones behind all of this. For example, what happened with Romero after he lost to Gervonta Davis is that he was boosted up by his promotional company, PBC, to the 5th spot in the WBA rankings in the next weight class over, which makes no sense as Romero hasn't fought in this weight class in his life. Another PBC example is what is about to go down with Danny Garcia competing against Landry Lara in a weight class that he has never competed in yet again for a title. Now, PBC isn't the only company that is guilty of this. They're simply the ones that don't attempt to hide it. Each promotional company is affiliated with some type of governing body behind the scenes, which leads to this stuff happening. And here's a chart to kind of see what I'm saying. Now, there are full videos about each promotional company and overall the history of this nonsense that's going on in boxing. But we won't get into that for this video, and I'll just link those in the comment section if you want to take a look at those. With all of that being said, it leads me to my final point, which is fighters are moved into these undeserving spots through the politics of boxing, where promoters have a plan and are willing to fix fights, rankings, and results to suit this plan. And that is simply how fighters are moved into these opportunities, and therefore why we have so many weak champions in boxing.